Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's edition of From the Boardroom to the Locker Room. And tonight we're very happy to welcome not only back to From the Boardroom to the Locker Room, but also back to South Africa, Christo van Rensburg, our Davis Cup captain. Christo, how are you? And welcome home.
I'm doing well. Thank you. It's great to be home and great to be with these guys. And we had a good lesson today, practice well. And the most exciting thing today is talking to you guys.
Well, there you go. You say the right things all the time. You can keep flattering me and we'll keep you on our program. No, seriously. So let's just tell everybody what you guys are up to. It's the Davis Cup event taking place at Tuks in Pretoria, and it's a group of African teams. Christo, tell us about the tournament and how it all works.
Well, there's 8 teams who are playing and 4 teams in one group. So at the end of the tournament, 3 teams will qualify to move up in the Davis Cup groups. So the winners of each group won't have to play on Saturday.
So what happens to the top teams in the competition and those who unfortunately are going to finish bottom of their groups?
So 3 teams are going to go up to Division 2 playoffs. And the other 5 teams will stay in the Division 3 African zone that have to try out the next time they play again. So you kind of lose, you either go down, you win, you go up. And that's kind of the goal for us to end in the top 3.
And tell us about Tuks, where you guys are playing. What surface are you going to be playing the tournament on? And was that the choice of South Africa to choose the venue?
Yes, the South African Federation chose the venue and in the altitude. So we think that might be a benefit for our players who were brought up in the altitude. And so far, the practice has been going really well.
So, Christo, I know we always have lots of fun when we talk to you, and I didn't tell you this up front, but you are about to become an interviewer on From the Boardroom to the Locker Room, because you now need to introduce me to your boys next to you.
Okay, so thanks for returning after this commercial. And with me is veteran Philip Hennon, who just graduated from the Georgia University, didn't lose one match in his conference. So he's doing really well. And then we have Devin Bardenhorst, who's been ranked 23 in the world in juniors. He's going to go to college next month. And then we have Christian Vos, who is playing at Penn State, correct? Liberty University. I'm just joking with him. He's going to go back. And then the new kid on the block here, Leo Matthijssen, who actually today in all the competition was the best player. So very good to see him performing today, playing with all the older guys here. So he is here with us, training at the facility in Tunisia where the high performance is for the African zone. So great to see him play today.
So, Philip, here's your opportunity. You've got the coach there next to you. What's he like as a coach? Because I know what he was like as a player. What's he like as a coach and a captain?
You're putting me on the spot, yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
No, yeah, Christo's a great coach. He has a lot of wisdom, obviously. He's been around the tennis world for quite some time, and he also played. So I think the experience he gained as a player and also coaching one of his players, Fernanda, who made it into WTA rankings at about 130. I think he has a lot of experience and he brings it to the team. And as a person, he's a very funny guy. He likes to crack a few jokes. So, yeah, atmosphere is good. The vibes are good. So it's a great time.
And Philip, nice to obviously be in South Africa and play in front of your home fans. I can hear the American twinge there from the college and the university that you're at. It's coming out. You can't hide it. But I'm sure you can still say buy a goed and buy a donkey. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Now sounds better. What's it like being back in South Africa, having a chance to play in front of your home crowd? Do you find there's more pressure?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's always being nice, being back home, playing in front of our home fans. It's a great honor representing our country as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the week. It's an exciting week. We're off to a good start. And as you can see, my American accent can. Hopefully I lose it once I'm back here. But, yeah, it's great being back home. It's great being amongst friends, playing in front of the fans, family coming out. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And it's going to be a great time.
So introduce who's next to you for me.
So next to me, we have Christian Vos, a lifelong friend of mine. grew up playing doubles with him, went through all the different levels of junior tournaments in South Africa and international tournaments. So yeah, next to me we have Christian Vos.
So Christian, hi, how you doing? Nice to have you back in South Africa. Do you enjoy the team format that you guys are going to be playing?
Yes, I have. I've always enjoyed the team formats way more. I loved cricket and rugby, and now going to college in the States, college tennis has been so much fun. Love doubles, just love the team environment, and just being with the team representing South Africa. There's no greater honor. So super excited for this week.
It must be difficult having to take yourself outside of your own country to have to further your career, and homesickness and missing South Africa must play a big part in how you wake up each day and how you perform.
No, for sure. I think the first 2 years for me and it's different for all the guys going overseas, but the first 2 years was definitely tough, and I had to adapt quite a bit. But I'm thankful that I stuck through and played. Yeah, I played 5 years of college tennis, and I think you mature a lot and you grow a lot in your game. And Devon on the next to me is going to Baylor soon, and I think it's a great way for South Africans to try and go professional. So thankful for the opportunity in the States, but always proud to come back and represent the country.
Yeah, let's talk to Devon, ranked 8th in South Africa, and you're looking forward, obviously, to getting overseas into America?
Yes, I'm looking really forward to going to Baylor in August. My best friend is also there, and a coach that I've known for a long time, a coach that I grew up with, and one of my best friends is also here, so I'm looking forward to going to the States and hearing what Philip and Christian have to say about college tennis. I mean, it's going to be a great honor for me playing for them, and I'm just going to have lots of fun.
Just tell us, it must be a great pull to go and be able to play at the level of college tennis, albeit it's not guys ranked in the top 100, 120, but still there's some very good players.
Yeah, the college level is really high, and I think South Africans need it, especially because there's not lots of South Africans that get to play at a certain level, and there's not lots of juniors that get to train in the same place, in the same area. So I think it's going to be a great experience for me, and I think I'm definitely going to pick up my level once I go to college tennis.
Lovely. I love that attitude. Now, who's next to you?
Leo Matthijssen. He's a 17-year-old. He just turned 17, I think, last month. And I also grew up with him playing some junior events, and yeah.
All right, so Leo, clearly the youngest dude in the squad. Do they look after you quite nicely?
Yes.
Oh, they're all saying yes, but we'll have to get to that in a minute. So are you happy with the guys around you? Are you learning from them, I guess? And at 17, playing for your country must be amazing.
Yes, it's really amazing. I mean, I've looked up to these guys since I started my juniors. You know, I knew all of them since I started playing in the South African tournaments when I was younger. So it's very nice to come back and play in the team with them again.
What are your aspirations going forward? Are you also looking to get to college in America?
Yes, I am. We actually spoke about it the other day. That is my goal right now. Of course, I'm going to try to do my best and go pro, but I think the first goal is to go and study in America.
I guess you're still at school at 17 years old?
I am, yes.
And what's tennis like these days at school level? I mean, somebody playing for their national team at 17 must be cleaning up on the school level.
I know, but I do online school because I live in Tunisia. I'm at the training center. Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. That training center in Tunisia, I've actually been to. Tunis, nice and warm there in summer, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very hot.
Christo, back to you. So take us through who's going to play what, or is that still a secret to the players?
I am definitely not going to play, so I can tell
you that.
Good.
Okay, that's good.
But you could have said that's maybe not good. But anyway, listen, every day I'm learning a little bit about the guys. I know that Christian is looking to come in at some doubles. And then depending on how hard the matches are, you know, during the day and stuff, at this stage, we're probably looking at Philip and Devon to start the singles just because they've played before and want to kind of nurture Leo into it and see when they will be opening. I would love to let them all play, but we will look at the different opponents and just evaluate everyone after each match because it could become very tough and a lot of pressure because you have 3 days to perform. So the better we start off will give me a little bit more more opportunities as the week goes on, and also to see which teams we play first.
Explain, Christo, the format to me, because normal Davis Cup, there's 2 singles on the Friday, then doubles on the Saturday, and then the reverse singles on the Sunday if there's still something to play for. How is it going to work this time?
So, firstly, that format has also changed now, because usually now 2 singles on the one day, the next day is a doubles match followed by 2 singles matches. So that format has also changed. But in this format we're playing in would be 2 singles matches followed by doubles. So there'll be 3 matches against each team that's in your group. Singles, and then if it's 1-1, you'll play doubles, and you would obviously have a chance to change the doubles combination depending if, Philip gets tired like he always does in all these matches, and I might have to take him out.
So, Christo, it sounds like there's a wonderful team spirit amongst yourself and the boys.
Yeah, the thing with them, listen, there's going to be pressure, and we're going to talk about it. And if you don't feel pressure playing for your country, something is wrong. So I want them to feel comfortable with me, and we're going to talk about situations, and I want them to be open with me, and what we share on the court and on the practice, stays just between us. And that's how I build relationships with my players. And we as hard as we can. I'm very excited about the team I picked. I know there's other people who didn't make themselves available, but I actually sent my family a note a few hours ago and said, I think this is one of the nicest teams I've ever been with. We just clicked from the start. So that's kind of fun to be trying hard, and that's all we get from them. Win or lose, we can't control, but how we play each point or how we want to play each point. And that's the thing about tennis. Can't worry about the outcome.
And then if one of the guys, I don't mind whichever one would like to answer this question. I mean, it must be difficult for you guys to be all over the world and then have to come together a couple of days before a tournament and build relationships.
Yeah, this is Philip, the American English speaking Afrikaans Bloemfontein. Yeah, it's kind of tough, but luckily all of us grew up playing tennis in South Africa, so our roots are the same, and there are lots of similarities between us coming from South Africa, playing for our countries on junior level and all things like that. So I think it's easy to click with people, especially coming from the States and all over the country, coming back home, talking Afrikaans again, even though I sound like an English-speaking person. Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice, and it's a great experience.
No, I'd like just to come in here for a sec.
Yes.
Me and Philip used to be kind of best buds on the tour, but then the guy doesn't know how to use his phone. So since we've been in the States, kind of not been in communication as much as we used to. But this is a good time for us to sort things out, but then hopefully become friends again. But no.
No. He has it all wrong. He's still one of my best friends. He will always be one of my best friends. I'm just very bad on my phone because I like talking to people in person.
That's a good answer. That's the kind of answer I'm sure you've given your girlfriend, your future girlfriends one day.
Exactly.
Christo, I see you teaching them the ways of life as well.
Yeah, you can actually see, I did invite you to come up here, and you're missing out on hanging out with us. But I think this is what team sport is about. And the goal for me is when they leave here that they remember this week. Because I remember the first time I got to play. These are moments you treasure. You obviously practice your whole life. And if you can play Olympics or you can play for your country, that's the ultimate goal. And I'm so excited that these guys are going to get their green and gold tomorrow. We're going to have a little private function. So it's going to be awesome, giving them their green and gold and something they always will treasure for the rest of their life.
Christo, you're a very humble guy. We've always had that real humble feeling from you all the times that we've spoken to you. And I really mean this. I know I joke with you a lot, but I really mean this is a serious question. Do the guys actually know how good you were? I mean, do they have to go on and find some TikTok video or YouTube video of you playing and who you played with and the names of the players? Because I believe that history is very, very important for sportsmen and women to actually appreciate when they play the game themselves.
Yeah, so I can come in here. My uncle is Donnie Visser, who also used to be a Grand Slam champion in doubles and number one like Chris too. So we are aware of how good he was, and I think, like you said, it is very important for us as Davis Cup players to know how rich the history is of the Davis Cup team, and my uncle and Chris to having the Springbok colors, and what an honor it is to kind of walk in their footsteps, because it's not small footsteps to walk in. You know, they were top of the game, the very best team in the world, and we that are trying to kind of get there, the fact that they've been there, you know, that speaks a lot. So, yeah.
If it was up to me, I think Krista should be playing doubles.
Is that the lazy one, Krista, who doesn't want to play the whole day?
Yes.
No, that's a lie. I battle my heart out every time I step on court.
Guys, we wish you the absolute best of luck. Donnie Fisser's name was mentioned. I'm going to tell you a little story quickly. I got myself into an awful lot of trouble while I was working for the SABC. There happened to be a day where the tennis commentator was unavailable, and they said, Louis, would you like to go along and do tennis commentary at what I'm sure you'll remember, the Standard Bank Arena? And there I was, sort of from a cricket commentator to a tennis commentator, literally in the swoop of a half a day, because the previous day I'd been at the Wanderers, and Donnie was playing, and I remember remarking, so the ball boys throwed him one ball, throwed him the second ball. Donnie Fisser's got two balls. And you can imagine the gasp from the back of the commentary box without me even realizing what I just said. And there it was all over, and they never ever gave me a chance to commentate on tennis again. So I hope all of you have got your tennis balls in place, and I thank you all for taking time to join us.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
Bye.
Thank you.
And Krista, last thing, have you made the Droevorst after the recipe I sent you?
I have not made the Droevorst, but I just went to Uitenhage and I bought some Droevorst and biltong. It's in my room here. And I'll be in Cape Town next Tuesday. Then you're going to take me to your shop so I can start buying all the goodies to take to America.
I most certainly will. It's always a pleasure having Christopher Rensburg and the South African Davis Cup team on from the boardroom to the locker room.